So seeing as it's Friday night, I'm going to take my usual rice and mince and spice it up a little. I'm going to make myself a little bit of a burrito bowl, so I'm just weighing out my mince. Got 110 grams. And what I'm going to do to just change it up tonight is just going to add a little bit of this salad, some smoked beans, and a few tomatoes, along with some rice I cooked earlier. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm just going to get my oats ready for before bed later. Who said men can't multitask? So I'll just do hot water, some oats, and some flavor drops. And go with raspberry tonight. These things are awesome, calorie free, nothing in them, no sugar in, absolutely nothing, just lots of flavor. I've got a sweet tooth, so I'll use 3 squirts. Stir that in. And we're going with raspberry tonight. If this camera could have smelled, you guys are going nuts right now. It smells so good. We'll just take some of our salad. Put it on. Mince and beans are done.
I'm giving you a night call to tell you how I feel. I'm gonna drive you through the night, down the hills. I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. I'm gonna show you where it's dumped, but have no fear. There's something inside you, it's hard to explain. There's something inside you, boy, and you're still the same. I'm giving you a night call to tell you how I feel. I'm gonna drive you through the night, down the hills. I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. I'm gonna show you where it's dumped, but have no fear. There's something inside you, it's hard to explain. They're talking about you, boy, but you're still the same.
Yo, so what's happening? Just pulled into services as I'm on my way into London to spend the evening with Becky's brother Alex. So just gonna get in my nice healthy chicken salad, keeping it nice and clean until later when I'm gonna go in. This place called Meat Mission, which words can't even describe how good that place is. So yeah, save myself for that. So yeah, Becky's got her hen do tonight, so my house has been taken over by a load of women, which gets me on to, she was getting like pampered in there. They bought her loads of presents, loads of nice gifts. Why is a hen do so nice? And I'm dreading the thought of my stag because all my friends want to do is ruin me. What's the deal there? Like, why am I getting a load of nice presents and I'm just going to get made look like an idiot? But anyway.
Come on.
So, a little bit about this morning's strength session. This is something that I added in about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Basically, when I started just dropping my food a bit from off season as I'm trying to cut into body power. And for me, it's a good way of me keeping an eye on how my strength is as I'm dieting, so it's a good gauge. As long as I can keep my weights going up in the Saturday session, I know that I'm not dropping a huge amount of muscle as I'm dieting. And secondly, I train mainly for hypertrophy, and it's all about looking good, but at the same time, I think everyone will agree there's no better feeling than seeing those numbers go up and just shifting some heavy iron. It's the endorphins it releases, it's just an amazing feeling. So yeah, I've always liked training quite heavy, so it's nice to be able to do that. My session consists of a standing military press, a bench press and deadlift. The military press and bench press I run pretty much the same, where I start really light, I just work up in sets of 10s until I reach a weight where it's a working set, so I don't really want to be expanding too much energy, so I drop the sets to 5 until I'm hitting a max set where I'm going for 3 to 5 reps all out, and that's complete failure. You'll see from the clip beforehand today with the standing military press I may have overdone it a bit. Last week I managed 90 kg for easy 4 reps, so rather than sticking at 90 kg and pushing and trying to get 5 reps, I jumped to 95 kg, and you'll see it's probably a step too far. I actually failed on my first attempt, and then I managed 2 reps, which I'm not happy with. That was me just trying to push too hard. 2 reps effectively was pretty useless. I've been better off dropping the weight to even 92.5 and trying to get 3 to 4. Bench press I was happy with this week. I did the same weight as I did last week, 145 kg, but last week I got 3 reps, this week I got 4 reps, and they felt a little easier. I felt like I had more control in the negatives, whereas last week I felt the bar was pushing me down rather than me bringing the bar down. Same with deadlift this week. I did 240 kg for 3. Last week I did 240 kg for 2. To be honest, I feel like I could do a lot more on the deadlift. I have done in the past. I've worked up to doing 282.5 for 1, so I feel like I'm still a bit off there, but I left deadlift off for months and months and months when I was prepping for my last show, purely because I've quite a bad lower back from all the years of hockey, and when I deadlift and squat in a week, one of them tends to take a back seat because the pump from the other is just crazy, and I can't really do them both to max potential. So now it's got better, I think, because I've improved my technique on squat and I'm engaging my core a lot more, so my back isn't taking the battering it was before, and I've been working up smartly in my deadlift in these strength sessions. I think the first week I did a strength session, I did 210 was my max, so that was quite a bit off my actual max. So, but I was more concerned with just getting out some nice clean reps. So it's a session I really enjoy, and I feel it's really benefiting my training. It's gonna build some mass. It's gonna keep my strength up, and above all else, I enjoy it. So it keeps it interesting for me. With regards to moving forward, my plans I've been asked a good bit about since my last blog. I mentioned I'm dieting for body power, maybe a few photo shoots. For me, that's it at the moment. I keep getting asked, am I going to compete again? It's not to say I wouldn't love to. I would love to compete again, but I'd want to be competitive, and in order for me to stay in the classic bodybuilding class, I would have had to almost sacrifice muscle. I wouldn't have been going forward, because I'm right on the limit of the weight I'm allowed to be for classic. And it's not about competitions, and it's not about entering a class. It's about constantly progressing, and I want to progress. And if that means that it takes me out of being able to enter classic bodybuilding, then I'm happy with. I don't mind that. But the harsh reality of it is the weight that I'd be going in to compete at this time would be above 90 kg, and I'd probably be about 90, 91 at best. And that class, open men's class over 90s, is incredible. That's where the last two UK BFF finals, the pro card has been won by someone from that class. You got the likes of Nathan Sylvester, and you had Sasan Haradi this year, two incredible seasoned competitors, and I just don't feel I'd be anywhere near competitive for that class. I'd be coming in at the lowest weight in the class. Realistically, I need to be coming in that class. You need to be coming in about 98, 99 kg to be even, to even be looked at on stage. I just look like a child up there at the moment. So it's not really an option. And two, with getting married, that's my priority, and I want to enjoy that, and I want to enjoy every minute of it. I want to enjoy, cake tasting, stuff like that, and I don't feel if I did them both, I'd be sacrificing a bit of both. I wouldn't be giving 100% to either. So that's part of the reason why I wouldn't be competing. And it's good. It's nice to have a break. You know what? I'm enjoying training again. I'm not going to the gym because I have to. I'm going because I want to now, which towards the end of last prep, I was torturing myself going to the gym, cardio. It had become a chore, and you got to remember why you do this. You do this because you love training. You do it because you love that feeling you get from training. And when you lose that, you got to think to yourself, why are you doing this? Yes, there's that sense of achievement when you get on stage. You've done something that 90% of the population couldn't do. That you've taken yourself to extremes that people can't. But at the same time, you've got to realize you have to live and you have to enjoy life. So you've got to find a balance. And for me, that balance this year is just not competing, just enjoying my training. It doesn't mean that I'm hitting McDonald's drive-through every day. To be honest, my diet, everything's pretty much the same, just a little bit more food, a little bit more relaxed. For instance, tonight, I'm going for food with Alex, and I'm not going to think twice about it. It's realistically, for what I want to achieve this year, it's not going to make any difference. I guarantee you, Monday morning I will still wake up. If anything, I'll probably have dropped weight again, because I've been doing cardio. I've been dropping my food steadily as we've been going through this. I've got over 10 weeks till, I guess 12 weeks to body power or something now. To be honest, I don't even really know. That's how relaxed I am this time round. But in terms of getting into photo shoot shape, I know I can do it. I can do it easily. I could probably get there in about 5 or 6 weeks if I really wanted to kill myself. But I'm not going to. I'm trying to keep my food as high as possible, my cardio to a minimum, because cardio actually at the moment is quite difficult for me to do with my knee. I can't do any HIIT training, which any people who've been following me for a while, I'm a big fan of. So, and I can only manage 20 minutes at a time lists, so that limits to me what I can do. So I'm making the best of it, and I'm still I'm retaining size, but I feel week by week I am getting leaner, and not too much weight is dropping off, which is always good. I feel like I'm still progressing. My numbers are going up. I'm logging all my lifts, and my numbers are going up. I'm still hitting PBs. I'm stronger than I ever have been before, and it's not because I'm, dick swinging in the gym and trying to throw big numbers up. I'm working up slowly, and I'm doing heavy weights comfortably now. 200 kg squat was once a far off 1 rep max for me. I think in the last few weeks I've hit it for 8 to 10 reps, decent reps. My first working set now is 150, 160, whereas before a working set for me, I would have always started at 100. And a lot of it's just purely down to mentality. It's telling myself I can do it, and then just doing it, envisaging myself doing it. That's a big part of it for me, I think, and it's one thing I've taken away from people I've been following this year. I've become a lot more aware of my surroundings and aware of things going on in terms of developing myself as a person, not just as a physique. Following people like Jamie Alderton, he had massive on personal development, and I got a few good tips from him on books to read, listen to his podcasts. A guy I've become very interested in is John Goodman, and his website Viralnomics. I suggest you check it out. It's very interesting, really good free material on there that you can, not just for fitness, for business, anyone who just wants to better themselves in any sort of career. These are things that you could definitely take away from. So I'm going to get on and finish my nice boring salad and hit up London. I'm going to play a bit of FIFA, going to have a nice lads night and get some food. So